I'm Tom Vasel.
I'm Zee Garcia.
Today we're taking a look at a small little game called High Tide. A cozy stacking game, it says, for 2 players. Yeah, that's...
Very few components, just a handful of bits and some pretty colors.
Which is something me and Zee almost always end up playing when he's come through.
Yeah, that's right.
Zee's going to show you how to play it, and we'll be right back.
To set up the game, we're going to pull out from the bag these pieces you see here. We have one player playing as the pink player, and then we'll have one player playing as the green, sort of blue pieces. These are neutral. So we pull out this many. We're going to mix these up, and we're going to make these into a hex in the center of the table here. And then the rest of the pieces, we're going to set around this area to randomize the board. And the first player will be the player who most recently went to the beach. So we are going to grab these and set up the rest. Now that that's done, we will start the game. We decided that it would be the pink player. We're assuming they're sitting over there. And I'm sitting over here playing these green pieces. And they are going to, on their turn, move a piece that is able to move to an adjacent spot, and a couple of rules have to be followed for that. You can move your own color, so pink can move their own color, or a neutral piece. It must be a piece that is movable, meaning it has to have at least 2 open sides. So this one's fine, this one's fine, this one here is not, it's locked. And then it must move to a space that is directly adjacent and ends up higher than the place it was. Right now everything is at level 1, so everything's just a singular tile. But on their turn, they could move this piece to here, and it moved up. Now it's sitting on top of a piece, so it's a stack of 2. And they could never move a piece that would then be at the same height or lower. It comes back to me. I'm going to go ahead, and I'm going to move a piece right there. Then it's their turn. They're going to move this piece right here. It's okay to climb up more than 1. And again, you can move the neutral pieces. So they moved up there. It's going to come back to me. Perhaps I'll do that. They cannot move that piece, at least not yet, because it's landlocked right now. And this continues back and forth. I moved. Maybe they'll move. I'll move perhaps here. And so on until a player cannot move. Once the game is done, players can't make any more moves. Then we are going to take a look at how many of your own pieces you can see from the top. At that point, that person is going to score one of these points, and we reset the game. If there is a tie, because you see the same number, so let's see, right now I've got, assuming the game was over. It's not. There are still possible moves. It would be 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces here, and 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces. Then we check height. Whoever has a higher piece would be the winner. This is a stack of 3 here, and there's no other stacks of 3, so pink would take it. They would gain one of those. We would reset and play again, and the first person to win 3 of these is going to be the winner of the game.
I have a problem with High Tide.
I have the same problem, I think, with High Tide.
Because the word here is called cozy.
No, you lie like a dog.
I'm so stressed when I play this game.
Look, this game looks incredibly cozy. The pieces are lovely. The production is really nice, minimalistic, but very nice. The box has a nice magnetic clasp, but you don't need it technically. You can just kind of take everything in a bag, and the bag is nice.
Have you ever kept the game in a bag? Maybe
yes,
for traveling
Hive.
purposes.
I've kept Hive in a bag, and some of the love letter games, right? You can just kind of keep in a bag. This is nice. It's very nice. It is not cozy. I'm sorry. No, this game is stressful. It's this sort of lightning fast abstract game, so short that they're like, play it a few times in a row, right? Which is good.
Well, I would argue it is a potato chip game.
Yeah.
In the sense of, as soon as you're done, you'll be like, okay, I messed up. Let's try again. And each game plays fairly differently. The randomized setup helps a lot.
Yes.
Because I'll sit there and go, I got a bunch of mine together. Is that bad or good? I'm not sure.
Mm-hmm. It has a nice learning curve, too. That as you play, a few times in a row, that's the way it works, you are going to... I in my head sort of kept flip-flopping, like, I should move myself now Or, later on I'm like, no, I should definitely not move my own color early. I should move the neutral color early. And then later on I'm like, wait, I know what I want to do. I want to isolate myself so that I can't be forced to move up until I'm ready. No, that's dumb. You keep flip-flopping back and forth, which I think is really interesting. The discovery space in this is much larger than I expected it to be.
Yeah, it reminds me a bit of Devon in some ways, which is a abstract game I like a lot, because as the game goes by, your move count gets smaller.
Right.
Which is sort of a general basis for abstract strategy games anyway, when you're playing chess and you're down to a few moves.
Yeah.
But it gets like really intense very quickly. At some point, I feel like you can pinpoint the move you shouldn't have made.
Yeah, which is interesting. And it has a little bit of checkers, too, and only in the sense that you sometimes feel like you have to make a move you don't want to make.
Yes, and, well, you have to make a move in this game.
Yeah, if you can move, you have to make a move, and sometimes your opponent will go, put this in the way, now you got to jump up on that because you have to go higher, and there's nothing else you can do. Though sometimes they do have a move you didn't spot, which is fine, but I like that. I like that sort of setting up a little trap. I don't like games based around that entirely, but when there's a little bit of that, gotcha, you got to do a thing, that feels pretty good.
I suspect if there's a computer bot for this, it could solve it, and it could beat me.
Sure.
Because the game is pretty small. But I'm okay with that, because, well, I'll play humans.
Right.
And I like it. I like how it looks. I like the feel of the pieces. And I like that it doesn't take too long. Because it's a stressy sort of game, a stressful sort of game,
Yeah.
I don't want it to be longer.
I agree, yeah.
And it plays so quickly, even if you lose, you're like, ah. And I felt like when we played a series of games with this, and the first couple I was doing pretty well, and then suddenly I floundered because he figured it out.
Yeah, it kind of goes back and forth, actually. I think this is a great kind of filler game. If there's someone in your family or you yourself, you love chess, you love other abstract games like that, this is like a perfect filler game for somebody in that realm. It's like, hey, Uncle so-and-so, I know you're going to the beach. Here's something to take with you.
Okay, I would play this at the beach.
You know what I mean? You can enjoy this. Pieces aren't going to fly away. It's just these sort of wooden bits. And it's going to be didactic. It's going to have that fun sort of engagement, but it's a short burst. You can play and then sort of take a, crack open a soda and drink a little bit and have a potato chip. Okay, set it up again. I like that. This is neat. It fits a niche that I did not think needed filling, and yet I'm happy with it. Yeah, it's neat.
I enjoyed this a lot. I'm giving it an 8 out of 10. It's a solid game that's abstract. Feels like there's a lot of strategy, but I can teach you in like a minute.
Yeah.
Easy, portable to carry. Abstract games are a crowded market. There's a gazillion of them, and they have a hard hurdle to overcome because people just don't buy them as much. But if you do tend to like this sort of game, I think this one has stood out for me in this year, 2025. We played actually a lot of abstracts, and this is one of the better ones for sure.
I agree. In fact, one of my only negatives with the game is, it's a little small. I do wish it was slightly more oomphy, but is the cozy thing, actually. It's one of my bigger negatives, the fact that it does present as a cozy game, and maybe that's the problem. Maybe it is a cozy game for that master chess player.
That's true.
For them, they're like, this is so slight and almost silly. And for me, I'm like, whew, I'm sweating bullets. But I'm close. I'm going to give it a 7.5. I'm basically right there with you. I'd recommend it for that crowd, like I said, especially. But even if you have somebody who is intrigued by abstracts, but you're worried about the attention span that is demanded by most abstracts, they're a little bit longer, then maybe this is a good one to test the waters, no pun intended, with them.
Well, there you go, folks. That's High Tide. I'm Tom Vasel.
I'm Zee Garcia.
We'll see you at the beach.
Yeah. Hey,
thanks for watching another video here on the Dice Tower. We really appreciate you stopping by and checking our things out. Thanks so much for joining us today. And hey, if you really like what we're doing here at the Dice Tower, then there are different ways to support the Dice Tower. One of those ways is through Patreon. We have links in the description to this video, and we have links to lots of other things we do down there, so definitely check it out. But either way, we're glad you watched us. Tell your friends about the Dice Tower. Until next time, though, I'm Tom Vasel, and I hope you enjoyed this video.